And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken. www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Go to the website. They will deliver right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop, or head down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off of your order. Open Wednesday through Sunday, lunch and dinner. Make sure you head down and get some of that galactic goodness. All right, I'm back. Let's get this show on the road. Hi, Aaron.
All right. Yo.
What's up?
Sunday. Winter is back.
It's going to be 62 tomorrow.
It flurried here
sunny
all day long. At some
It's
points,
be,
there were whiteouts.
Yeah, it's going to be 62 and sunny in Cincinnati tomorrow, I think. Or maybe that was Gatlinburg I looked at. No, 62 and sunny, Cincinnati.
55 and sunny here. So
yeah. Winter was back today and it's gone tomorrow. What's the old, if you don't like the weather in Cincinnati, wait 10 minutes?
Wait until tomorrow, yeah.
No, wait 10 minutes. You don't even have to wait till tomorrow most of the time. Just wait a couple minutes. It's going to change.
So stupid.
I am back from Gatlinburg. I am running on fumes. We got done today. This should be illegal. Like actually illegal. We're 5 hours away from home. She got done with her tournament today at 6 o'clock. At a 5 o'clock game.
That's kids.
She has school tomorrow.
Not their problem. That's your problem.
No, they don't. They got their money, so they don't care. Forfeit. Don't play. Whatever. She finished 4-1 this weekend though, so they had a good weekend. They finished 5th in the tournament. So
weird how many games they win when you're actually there compared to when you're not there.
I'm not allowed to not go anymore. Sorry, people. Dad first. It's about winning games. It's 13-year-old volleyball. You play to win the game.
Same reason you're not allowed back at watch parties down at the Holy Grail.
I apparently am not allowed at senior day either.
Well,
I've seen a bunch of senior day wins. Like, it's not like I was on a losing streak on senior day.
I didn't make that rule.
Somebody tweeted me and said, I guess Chad's not allowed to go to senior day anymore. And I said, well, I mean, those are the rules. I don't like them. It's unfortunate, but you might be right. I might have to sit out senior day next year.
You might have to anyway if your daughter's still doing volleyball.
I'll probably be at a volleyball tournament. We got a lot to get to. Let's stop screwing around. All Big 12 awards come out today. 2 Bearcats on the honorable mention list in Aziz Bandago and Dan Skillings. John Newman is first team all defensive team. And that's it. You didn't get Jizzle James on the all freshman team. Nobody on the all newcomer team, but I mean, that would not have been an easy list to make with Ray J. Dennis, Keyshawn Gilbert, Hunter Dickinson, Max Asmus, and Darian Williams. I think you could make a case for Aziz should have been also on the all defensive team, but they put Missy, Yves Missy from Baylor on that list. And so a pretty good showing for the Bearcats. I didn't realize 24 players on the Big 12 honorable mention team. That it's a big league. I get it. It seems like a lot, but it's a big league. I understand.
I wonder how many people are going to be on it next year.
Even more teams. You got to have more. They do honorable 3 teams, mention. So 15 and then 24. That is 39 players that are all Big 12. 39 players that are in some shape or fashion all Big 12.
Going back to the Big 12 all freshman team, though, yes, Jizzle James didn't make the team, and I'm curious as to when they actually voted because I think that makes a difference. But are we really putting Johnny Furphy as a guard? A 6'9" guard? Come on, man.
Yeah, he's a forward, small forward. Like he plays the 3 for them because KJ Adams plays the 4. But guard is being very generous there. Jizzle James should be on that list over Joseph Tugler.
Well, and slide slide Furphy up into that forward spot because that's the
Right.
position he plays.
Right. I think somebody put on the board, Tugler had one double-digit scoring game all season and one double-digit rebound game all season. Jizzle James had a better season than that.
The Houston love is deep this season.
Look, you win the conference, you get the love.
Houston had a player on every team, the first all Big 12 first team, all Big 12 second team, all Big 12 third team,
a couple honorable mentions,
the all defensive team, and the all freshman team. The only team they didn't make was the all newcomer team, and I'm sure that was a close race there.
Yeah, I mean, LJ Cryer is second team all Big 12 after transferring in from Baylor and doesn't get on the all newcomer team. So, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be the only thing I would argue with. How is John Newman not all unanimous choice all defense? Shed and Lipsy were, which I agree with. Both those guys had great seasons defensively. So did John Newman. Cincinnati gets blown out several more times if John Newman isn't on this team. So
concur. Maybe he split
what it is.
Maybe he split a vote with Day for somebody voting.
maybe. Let's run down what happened yesterday in the Big 12 before we get to the tournament that starts on Tuesday. Houston, as we suspected might happen after getting smacked at Kansas earlier in the year, they beat the piss out of Kansas 76-46. The story there, though, is not the final score. The story there is Hunter Dickinson dislocated his shoulder, and Kevin McCullough exited the game early. Bill Self saying afterwards, probably shouldn't have played him, which makes me believe those two guys will not see the court Wednesday when they take the floor in the Big 12 tournament.
There's no reason for them to play, right?
Right. You're going to be in the tournament. You're going to be a protected seed. You have no depth. You have to get those two as healthy as possible for the NCAA tournament. I would be shocked if they show up in Kansas City dressed for action.
Well, and if that's the case, how generous are you going to be with minutes for your regular starters if those two guys aren't starting?
Well, they don't have anybody else. Like they only played five, or like they had two guys come off the bench that they didn't even want on the floor.
That's my whole point. Like, are you going to play KJ Adams 36 minutes? I doubt it. Are you going to play Johnny Furphy 36 minutes? I doubt it.
Probably not. I would think no. Just a hunch.
So maybe Cincinnati's in a good spot.
I mean, interestingly enough, if you get past, I mean, we'll get into this plenty more tomorrow night on the BBP, but if you get past
a team that's already given up,
I won't go that far. I'll have good points on this, I think, tomorrow night. There's a reason that they're dangerous, and it's uncomfortable, the reason that they can be dangerous. And I mean, I'll give you a hint. It's because they don't care. One-on-one, jack a shot. Like they don't care to move the ball. And they have guys that can do that. Like Raekwon Battle and Jesse Edwards can get super hot, and they don't care if it's within the structure of the team.
If I give you an over-under of 2.5 technicals in this game, are you taking the over or under?
Probably. I'll take the under. They only had 2 last game. If you put it at 1.5, I think I'd probably take the over. 2.5, I'll go under.
I'm going over all day. And I'm not saying just on West Virginia, but I think tempers are going to be flaring.
Yeah. But Kansas is that's an interesting case as they head into the Big 12 tournament. Shocker, and this one hurt Cincinnati pretty bad. Kansas State pulls the upset on Iowa State. It keeps Iowa State. They stay in second, but Kansas State jumped up to the 9 seed because of the win, where Cincinnati would have been the 9 seed with a loss by Kansas State. So Cincinnati plays on Tuesday. Kansas State gets a bye until Wednesday. So that was important, but good for Kansas State. That is That is massive for their resume because they are right on the cut line, if not a little bit below it. You get a win over number 6. It's going to help you out some.
Doesn't hurt anything. Kaluma finished the season out strong.
Yeah.
Finishes this one as the leading scorer for both teams, 23. What are you going to do?
Texas Tech, 78-68 home win over Baylor. Texas Tech is as up and down as it feels like they've been. They finished 11-7 in Big 12 play. They tied with Baylor record-wise in conference play. So, good season for Texas Tech, and Pop Isaacs is popping again.
I lost money on both these last 2 games that we've discussed. I was shocked that Jalen Bridges was held to only 6 field goals taken. He only made 2 of those in 31 minutes. He had 5 points. And that one, I did not see that coming.
I didn't either. I mean, I thought it might be close, just, playing at home, whatever. But I did not expect that at all. Oklahoma State falls. They finished last, 4-14 in Big 12 play. BYU 85-71. It was a close game pretty much right until the final segment, and BYU pulled away. I don't really have a lot on that one. I'm sure you're going to give us an update on how many Trevin Nell scored.
Yeah, no surprise there. That BYU won. I told you when we discussed this, it was going to be not particularly close. Trevin Nell, though, 1 of 4 from the arc, 7 points for the game. Sucker.
Texas 94-80 over Oklahoma. Look, we're going to talk about a game when we get to the Big 12 bracket. There's a game that's more interesting, I think, than people realize. But anyway, Texas wins the final Big 12 basketball Red River shootout, 94-80.
Disu's back. He had 16 in this one. Efficient night, 5 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the arc, 6 rebounds, and he and Asmus were not even the highest scorer in that one, as Tyrese Hunter put up a 30 burger.
Texas has got dudes, man. And then finally, Central Florida, a 79-77 winner over TCU. TCU lost 4 of their last 5 down the stretch. Their only win was the win over Cincinnati in that stretch. And they don't have a great non-conference slate. They're 9-9. Their metrics aren't great. Like it's
you were mad at me when I called this team mid a week ago. I still stand on that. I think they're mid by definition. At this point.
I gave their offense more credit than it probably deserved. I guess I probably it's because I love Emmanuel Miller, and that they love
Jameer Nelson Jr.
They have 5 1,000-point career scorers, but they haven't improved the way I thought a team like that with a bunch of veterans. They had some new faces sprinkled in. I thought as they went through the season, that would be a team with Jamie Dixon we would see continuing to climb, and they kind of plateaued. They did not take that next step.
Yeah, I expected more out of Uday on the season, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a disappointment all around.
Yeah, I do not disagree there. All right, let's get to the Big 12 tournament. Tuesday games. We get today and tomorrow off, and then Big 12 tournament. Let's go. 5 days of action. Tuesday, straight through to the championship. Saturday at 5:00 on ESPN. We'll go through kind of the first 3 rounds because that's where new teams continue to get introduced. Tuesday, Oklahoma State and UCF. That is 12:30 tip-off for that one, followed by Cincinnati, West Virginia. That is 3:00 Eastern time. Those are your Tuesday games.
UCF is favored by ESPN Analytics about 71%, and Cincinnati is favored by those same analytics about 89%.
Then into Wednesday, the winner of UCF Oklahoma State will take on the 5 seed BYU. That'll be at 12:30 on ESPN or ESPN2. Followed by the 3:00 game, Oklahoma at TCU. This might be a play-in game.
TCU is currently favored 53.6%, and that I know we've not been high on Oklahoma, but I think TCU winning this game would actually surprise me.
It's going to depend on McCullough for Oklahoma. If he can play,
McCollum.
Sorry, yeah, McCollum. That'll be an interesting game if he can play. If not, I think TCU should beat that team pretty handily. Let's face it, that was a terrible Cincinnati loss, given that McCollum and Hughley were out, and who Oklahoma had on the floor, especially with they had one point guard on the roster. He was in foul trouble and did nothing, and Cincinnati still lost that game. Oof, yikes! If Oklahoma loses that game, I think there's a pretty good chance they're out. If TCU loses that game, I think they're probably still in, but their metrics are dicey. Like my point on TCU being they would not be sitting comfortable. They would not be sleeping comfortably Saturday night. Like, oh, we're in. No problem. We're in.
I think both these teams are playing for their tournament life, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I think if Oklahoma loses, they're out. If TCU loses, I think there's still a chance that they could get in.
I disagree.
You're 9-9 in the Big 12, Aaron. There's a chance you can get in.
We'll see.
A chance. Better than Oklahoma would have if Oklahoma loses.
Sure, absolutely.
Kansas State, they are playing for their tournament life without question. 7-10 seed game. That'll kick off the night session at 7. That should be a really good game. Should be a really good game.
Texas favored 66.6%. Don't love that. Those numbers all together there, but we'll see what happens there. I don't believe much in this Kansas State team.
I don't either, but they shocked me beating Iowa State the way that they did to close the season.
We'll see how healthy Disu is. If Disu is healthy, I don't know that Kansas State stands a chance.
And then Kansas plays the winner of West Virginia, Cincinnati, potentially without two of the if not the, I mean, they're the two leading scorers in the league.
You may be without for the majority of the game without any. Why would you play any of your starters?
They've only got like 7 guys.
Play your bench. Who cares?
They don't have one.
Play your walk-ons.
They don't have one. So there you go on Wednesday. Then quarterfinal Thursday. Texas Tech will open up against the BYU, UCF, Oklahoma State winner. Houston gets Oklahoma, TCU. Iowa State gets Kansas State, Texas. And then Baylor gets the Kansas, Cincinnati, West Virginia winner. BYU, Texas Tech would be a lot of fun. I think the other ones, I guess Iowa State, Texas could be interesting. I think if Iowa State got Kansas State again, they would smack them, personally. And then Baylor, who knows? Who knows who Baylor's going to play? Who the hell knows? There's no clue who Baylor's going to play.
No idea.
So there you go. That's your look at the Big 12 tournament. Like I said, action starts Tuesday. We will be live at some point Tuesday night. Got to figure out logistics on all of that stuff, but count on us being here sometime Tuesday. And then if Cincinnati keeps winning, we will continue going live. They are at the bottom of the bracket, so if they win, they would play at 9:30 Wednesday. If they win Wednesday, they would play at 9:30 Thursday. If they win Thursday, they would play at 9:30 Friday. So if the Bearcats can make a run in this thing, it's going to be some late night action here on the network.
Also worth mentioning, the baseball team had a pretty good weekend, all things considered. Look, Friday they lost 4-0, but they did win.
They got no hit. They got no hit.
They did win on Saturday 11-7, and it went to the 12th inning in a loss today 14-13.
In a game that they never trailed until the final out or the final play. They were either tied or in the lead the entire game. They lost the series. In one game, they got no hit. And in the other game, they got hunted down in a 14-13 loss.
I'm just happy they are competitive in Big 12 play, and I think that's something to write home about.
Aaron, the basketball team did something like that, you would throw a hissy fit.
That's because I have zero expectations for this baseball team.
We treat everybody equal here. We don't have favorite kids, Aaron. So that's a lie. Everybody's got a favorite kid.
Yeah, right. Who are you talking
to? Everybody's got a favorite kid. I've only got one. I took the easy route. One. So I didn't have to pick a favorite because you do. All right, that's going to wrap it up. We will see you tomorrow for the BBP. That's the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.